Hello Divine Masculine and welcome to your power message for Thursday. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in 3 decks of cards to connect with your energy today. We're going to connect with the Masculine Madness by Bridget Rau. I'm also going to bring in another one of Bridget's decks, the DM Confessions. And we're going to bring in the Mystic Martian Oracle. I love this deck. So what do we need to know? What's going on with your energy today? What's happening with the masculines today, please? What do we need to be aware of? And what do you need to know? Whether you are a feminine cross-watching or you are watching for your own energy, Divine Masculine, how are you feeling today? What's going on? And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com. You know, if you're wondering what's happening with your own energy, or maybe you're even wondering what's going on with your twins' energy, you can reach out and connect there. So, you know, we can look into your journey in a bit more of a personal way. So these are the energies coming out, and then we're going to use the Mystic Martian Oracle. Love this deck. So what do we need to know today? What's the energy we go? Okay, so the message coming through is we've got, I finally see what I've done. New perspective. Now, this is so interesting to me because we've had this coming out in always all week. You know, I see, I understand, I know. And even the other day when we used the powerful astrology deck, you got the word I see. I finally see what I've done. So you may be having eye issues today. Now, if I bring in my deck, Twin Flame Ascension Oracle, which is here, this contains all of the things we go through on this journey. You know, we can go through ascension, we can go through physical pain, we can go through emotional pain, we can go through pain in the chakra system as it aligns and heals. We can go through many, many things. And we can also have issues with the eyes, because when we have eye issues, whether it's feeling like you've done something wrong and it's hurting your eyes, so you're feeling that you've made a mistake, or you're looking around at your physical world and you don't like where you are. Maybe you don't like the job you're in, the home you're in, the relationship you're in, and you're not liking what you see. It can affect your eyes. It can affect you as in runny eyes. You can have itching eyes. You could have a bloodshot eye. You could feel like you've got grit in your eye. You could cry. You know, feeling emotional, your eyes watering as your eyes adjust to what you need to change. So when we choose to see things with the eyes of love, not fear, and when we face what needs to be changed, beauty re-enters our life, and then any eye issues will heal. Now, if you're having no issues with your physical eyes, you may be finding that you're having pressure around your third eye. You know, the place in between where your eyes are on your forehead. You know, just above where your eyes are on your forehead, that's where your third eye is. So if you've got pain in the forehead, you know, if you've got pressure, or maybe you've got some tension there, or shooting pain, it's about looking past the physical reality. And that's what you're doing right now. You know, you have an ability within you to see past the physical world and to experience your life in a new way, so that you see the unseen. And that's what you're doing right now. You know, you're feeling your feminine's presence. You're connecting with your feminine in a very clear, psychic, spiritual way. And you're seeing past the pain because you're starting to understand life from a higher perspective. And that's what you're saying. I'm gaining a new perspective. When we have pain in our eyes, or our third eye, or in our head, or our forehead tension, it comes in when there's a block there. So to release any blocks around seeing the truth and understanding the truth and connecting with the spiritual truth, call on Archangel Raziel. He is the psychic angel, and he will give you courage to see what your heart already knows. Your heart already knows you do not belong with that karmic partner. Your heart already knows that you need to get rid of the things that feel toxic to your soul. Your heart already knows where you truly want to be. And you're saying to your feminine today, I want you right now. Where are you? So you may be very curious today, wondering where your feminine is. You know, where are you? What you're doing? What you're up to? Curious. Maybe you're checking them out online, because the feminine is the nurturer. And you know the feminine can nourish you and feed you and nurture you. And that also come up the other day. You know, feed, we think about feeding a child, a baby. You know, feeding the baby with the breast. But really when the masculines, you know, when you feel tired, when you feel stressed out, when you feel in pain, you want to lie down on your feminine's chest and feel nurtured. And it doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman, the chest area is very nurturing and it's very comforting to you. And you're saying, I want you right now, where are you? I want you to take care of my needs because I know you can. I know you can give me so much. I know that you're the one that makes me happy. And that's what this energy is here, you know, nurturer. The feminine is the nurturer of the divine masculine. I want you to take care of my needs. I want you right now. Where are you? And this is in much more than an intimate way. You know, you may be feeling this kundalini rising or this chemistry. You know, feminine's cross-watching. You may be thinking, oh, do they want me intimately? Is it desire that you're picking up on? And yes, it's desire, but it's much more than that. This is about wanting to be together, wanting to feel that feeling of coming home and belonging. And that's why the masculine goes into fear, because, you know, as a masculine, you feel all of this and it makes you vulnerable. And then when you feel that vulnerability, you want nothing more in that moment to run into your feminine's arms and put your head on their chest and feel safe. But what you tend to do is run off and think, oh, you're better off without me for now. I need to heal. I'm feeling vulnerable. And I've experienced this firsthand. You know, I've personally on my journey experienced my own masculine energy. And when my mum passed away and we moved into this house in Union, remember, I'm in Union now, I experienced it around the Christmas that we moved in here. And I talked about it, I've done a video on it, because we were in the garage. Well, I was in the garage and I was sorting through some of my mum's things, and one of the boxes was damaged. And it was no one's fault, you know, it got damp in the garage and I just lost it. I had an absolute meltdown, and in that moment all I wanted to do was run into George's arms and have him say, Liz, it's going to be okay. Come here, let me make it right for you, you know, hold me. But what did I do? I run. I went out the house. I went for a walk. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I wanted to get away, and I felt like I needed to be alone. And I thought, oh, you're better off without me. And I started thinking all these crazy, crazy thoughts. And I got to the end of the road, and up the road from where we live, there's a funeral parlour. And my mum was actually in there before she was taken to the chapel of rest, you know, at our local funeral home where we lived before, where I visitor in the chapel of rest. So moving here, you know, I kind of felt a bit of a rapport with that funeral home. I know it sounds a bit morbid and strange, but if you've lost someone you love, you'll kind of get where I'm coming from. And there's actually a bench outside that funeral home, and I sat on that bench and I thought, what am I doing? What am I doing? And this voice said, go home where you belong. And I did. And George was waiting there for me. But, you know, I totally understand what the masculines go through, because I've experienced that in that moment. And when they want nothing more but to run into your arms. And you might think this is so contradictory, because you're thinking, well, if he's saying to me, I want you right now, where are you? I want you to nurture me and be with me, but you're better off without me for now. What does that even mean? How can that even happen? And it's because they go into this fear of being vulnerable and fear of you seeing them weak. You know, in that moment when I ran, I felt weak, and I wasn't weak. I was just showing emotion. I was dealing with my grief. And what I needed was support. But I run. And the masculines do that because they don't feel that they can allow that support in. You know, I allowed the support in because I work with angels. I'm a divine feminine who was operating in masculine energy in that moment. And I allowed my angels in, and they said, go home. Go home where you belong, Liz, which I did. And The masculine struggle sometimes to hear that inner voice or to receive that divine guidance. And they are constantly receiving it. Go home, you know where you belong, you know where your heart is guiding you to. But they shut that message out. And that's why sometimes they run without telling you what's going on so they can ghost you, block you, and, hide. And, I'm really addressing the feminines because I know so many are watching. And masculines, I know you're listening thinking, yeah, I totally get it, I understand now. So really masculines, what you're saying to your feminine in that moment is, I'm sorry I ran. I'm sorry I just seemed to ghost you or ignore you. I'm sorry I never gave you any closure. And that's because you don't want the relationship to end. You know it's not over. You're saying, I feel I need you in my life to some degree, or it will all fall apart. Because you know that without your feminine, you fall apart because your life works so much better with them in it. And that's why, again, you're saying, sometimes I feel like you'd be better off if I just disappeared, but I can't let go. So this is what you're fighting with right now. You're fighting with the vulnerability, because you want it to come out of you. But there's that part of you that's struggling with letting go, letting it all go. That means when you go into your feminine's arms and you put your head on their chest, you're just going to let go. That means you're going to relax, all the tension's going to leave your body. You may cry. It's going to be a letting go. And that's why you're saying to your feminine, I know we have a connection unlike any other. Sometimes I try to deny it or run away from it or hide from it or bury it somewhere, but I can't ignore the signs I receive. So you're also receiving signs today. And this could also be things you've seen, remember, with your physical eyes or experiencing through your visions and your third eye. And we've got Syrians here as well. Syrians, artistic integrity, honesty. So you know that what you're being guided to do is to be honest and operating in your integrity because of who you are. And if you find that you're a very artistic person, it's very likely that you are connected with Syrian energy here. And these are things that have been brought into your awareness from the energy of January right through to where we are now and moving towards August. You're being guided to become more in tune with your true self, to follow your heart, to do things that you were guided to do from your heart, where you are honest and where your integrity is. And I'm seeing that purple energy really standing out there because that's about you knowing where your true path is. Archangel Jeremiah guiding you on your true path. You've seen the way forward, understanding things in a higher way, being guided, and your feminine guides you in that way. So I feel some of you have definitely got this Syrian energy around you. And that starseed energy, that's power from above. That's connecting with the universe. That's knowing that you are walking on the earth, but you're not from it. And you know that you are connected with source. So you feel something bigger going on. And when you're in that energy, all you want to do is talk to your feminine about it because it's interesting. And those kind of conversations excite and stimulate you. Body, mind, heart and soul. You want to ring your feminine up and express yourself. But it is taking time because of this push-pull with the ego and the higher self. So feminines cross-watch, if you feel your masculine is coming, it's because they are. If you feel they want to be intimate with you, it's because they do. If you feel you're getting closer spiritually, it's because you are. So trust in the love. And masculines don't run from it, run towards it because it's worth it. I hope it helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.